Welcome to this episode of the DJ Interview with your host, Harry the Big Dog.
And that would be me. What is up, everyone? Harry the Big Dog here with the DJ Interview. So, as of right now, I'm changing my studio around. So I got a big blank wall here, and I I have to find something to do with it because it looks pretty empty and big. For everybody who is coming in, let us know where you are coming from and who you are. Put in the chat box. Thank you much. But so I found some stuff. You guys know I put the turntable there all the time. So the wife had got me this DJ Harry O uh, plaque, and to my surprise, I got to deal with Adidas for my DJ Harry O sneaker line. Yeah, buy it, buy it. I am too amped up tonight. We are going international tonight. Across the pond, way across the pond, maybe the bridge. Across the bridge. We are going to Canada, guys. Canada. So, without further ado, I don't want to get too much into it. Let's bring up our next DJ. Woo! DJ Erbalist, what's going on? Say again?
How are you doing?
Oh, we are good. We are good here.
Nice.
We got Chris Gloss checking in. What is up, Chris?
Hey, Chris, how's it going?
All right. So, tonight's DJ, he is technically from another country.
We're neighbors, but it's definitely different here.
We're neighbors for a bridge.
Yeah.
But technically, you're in a different country.
Oh yeah.
We got. Let me do my hands correctly. International DJ Tommy Lee is in the place. What is up, my brother? So, DJ Erbalist. This is like so amazing. This is episode 65, and I got my first international DJ.
Wow.
So this is
I'm very honored. Very honored.
Big. This is big
It's
for
huge.
me. I love that shirt though. I love that shirt. So
I gotta get me one of those DJ interview shirts.
Oh yeah. You got it, bro. You got it. I got you. So let's get this thing started. Let everybody know your name, your government name, if you want, your DJ name, and how you got started in this DJ game.
All right. Well, I'm Chris Harris. My DJ name is Erbalist. And I started basically when I was in high school. And a buddy of mine, he used to run a night. It was a Tuesday night. And of course, I was in high school, so it's not the most ideal thing for me to do. But um, one of his turntables broke. I had enough money to buy one turntable, so I bought one. The deal was that I was allowed to keep the turntables all week, play in my bedroom, as long as I brought them in that one night for the Tuesday. So that's how it started. And I lived out in the country, so that's all I did. Just DJ, 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 DJ. That was it.
Nice. So you guys were like swapping, not swapping, but taking turns with turntables. That sounds weird.
Yeah, it was like a turntable share.
Like a Uber for turntables.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's funny. So what type of DJ are you?
Well, I'm a drum and bass DJ, which is a kind of electronic music. It's 175 BPM. So, and it's all based on breakbeats, kind of the same as hip hop, but a lot faster, a lot of different influences from different genres. So, and that's probably what I love about the most is the different influences. So, I don't know. It's you kind of really have to hear it to understand it. It's hard to describe.
I know
but it's
it's
breakbeat music.
I know it's really fast.
Yeah, it's fast.
Because I listened
sure.
to a couple of your sets.
So it's to the point where it's so fast that you would actually, like, if you put hip hop over it, then you would do it halftime. So it's basically double the speed.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's say like a 70 beep, no, faster than that.
Be
80?
85 about.
Yeah, 85.
Yeah, 85, 87. Yeah.
And you can play it over a drum and beat.
Yeah, drum and bass beat, yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of the remixes and stuff like that. And that's also how I got into drum and bass is because of the hip hop influence and the dancehall influence. It's very heavy in drum and bass. So those are the things I loved growing up. And this is just like a kind of a progression of it. And there's a lot of sampling and stuff like that.
Right. So now when you were younger, hip hop, was it already out there, being that you guys, Canada is so close to upstate New York?
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So you guys kind of adapted, because I had some DJs here from the West Coast, and they were saying the same thing back in the 80s, early 90s, before the West Coast got their thing going, that, their influence was the hip hop, New York hip hop.
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. With hip hop here though, there's not that many people even to this day. I mean, it's gotten better, but Toronto's never been a pioneer. But we've always had our scene here.
Right.
It's not like New York. There's no way. That's like the Mecca, right?
No, nowhere's like New York.
No, exactly.
Oh man.
But yeah, the way kind of what Toronto works is it's like we like to bring acts in, and like we'll have all the shows and stuff like that like any hip hop show that New York has, Toronto probably has.
Right.
But we just don't have the artist output, and we don't have the marketing and the audience like the US does, I guess.
Right. So do they actually play hip hop, R&B, and all that stuff in the clubs out there?
Oh yeah.
In the bigger cities?
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, tons. Drum and bass is a bit different. It used to be massively huge. There'd be parties with like 10,000 people in the late 90s. Now it's down to a couple hundred, down to the clubs. But these were massive raves, right?
Why is that?
It was just a time and a place, I think. It was, and the government hadn't really caught on to what was going on, so it quickly became illegal to do mass events like that. And the thing is, they were all ages too. So there were huge parties, and the problem was people got carried away, and unfortunately some people passed away, and there's a lot of drug use, stuff like that. So all things like that need to end and move on to more about the music, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
that's when things
man.
would go to the clubs.
Yeah. So who was your influence when you were growing up, really getting into this business?
Uh, it's hard to say. It was a lot of UK guys. A lot of DJs I looked up to would be like DJ Hype, Andy C, Pendulum. That would be probably a big one that people might know. As far as hip hop goes, I loved Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang was like my favorite. And still
Wu-Tang was
are. Still
it,
are.
huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man. We loved Wu-Tang too.
Yeah, who doesn't? Right?
So in your early beginnings, you're sharing a turntable. Where are you going from there? You know, you're
Well,
playing.
I I intended to go to Toronto. I didn't live in Toronto at first. I lived in Peterborough, which is about an hour and a half outside of Toronto.
Right.
So, I always knew I wanted to do something with audio. So what I ended up doing was moving to Toronto, and I intended to go to school, but it just I got to the schools and I was like, meh, it's not really what I wanted to do. So they just kind of touched on things, and it wasn't exactly what I wanted. So I also wanted to start DJing and start playing out a lot more, and so yeah, I moved to Toronto, and from there I started playing in small clubs, getting to know people, all that kind of thing, all throughout the early 2000s. Um, and then turntables kind of disappeared. So when that happened, it kind of screwed me up. I didn't fully jump into the digital world right away. Um, it was kind of I was like a very late bloomer, I would say, when it came to digital. So when the clubs got all the digital turntables and stuff, I kind of took a break. But yeah, I got a controller, and now I'm back.
Wow. So what year are we talking? Because you didn't get into the digital immediately.
Probably. Well, I shouldn't say that. I started with Tractor, like Tractor Scratch
Hmm.
with the time coded vinyl and stuff like that. Probably around like I don't know, 2008, 2010,
Okay.
somewhere around there. And then like 2012, 2014, everything switched over to the Pioneer CDJs, of course. And it just wasn't for me. So I just kind of went like this, and then, but now I'm getting used to it, and
Right.
I'm actually enjoying it. So,
So that drum and bass music, it all was it on vinyl too?
oh yeah, it was probably one of the longest genres to hang on to the vinyl. I think the only reason that it changed is because the clubs weren't supplying turntables anymore.
Right.
So, but it's still on a lot of guys' riders now that they need to have turntables.
And that's because they rather turntables
Yeah, it's
for
just
the
preference.
records
Yeah.
or for like Serato or one of the other ones?
Most people are probably using Serato or one of those things now. Yeah, just because I mean the other part about drum and bass that I also enjoy a lot is it's all producers.
Yeah.
So people are making their own music, and that's what you play. So it's so much more accessible. We used to have to spend like 80, $90 Canadian to get our stuff pressed.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean that's only two sides. That's two
Yeah.
songs. That's all you get. So
2
and it only plays
songs,
about 20
that's it.
times. Yeah,
$45
yeah,
a
and it
side.
plays 20 times
Yeah.
before it starts to degrade. So yeah, it's a lot more economical to do it this way.
Oh, man. So you switched over to the vinyl part. I mean, to the digital. Tractor, what made you go to that first?
Because I was still holding on to that vinyl feel. You know what I mean? Like I just couldn't let it go. The CDJs just didn't. They just don't. They didn't feel the same.
Yeah.
So once I got my head out of not touching it, like not wanting to touch the record all the time.
Mhm.
Once I got past that, then now I'm back to being okay.
Nice. Wow. I'm like still in amazement, you know. We international right here. I got international DJ Tommy Lee in the place, and I got DJ Herbalist, who's
Oh yeah.
international.
Yeah.
I walked over to Canada one time, me and a couple of friends, but I had my military ID, and a couple of my other friends did too. And that's back in the day when it was easy. All you had to do was just show your military ID.
Oh yeah,
But
and you're
one
in.
of us didn't have it, and we spent 2 hours. The same guy who let us walk through seen us coming back, and in 2 hours, he would not let this other guy in.
Oh
Back
wow.
back into the US side of
Really?
of the
And he
bridge.
lives there.
Yeah. I was like, "Man, that is so weird." So tell us a little about the DJs out there. Are they plentiful
Oh
or
yeah. Oh yeah,
very
there's
few?
tons.
Hmm?
There's tons and tons and tons of DJs out here. In my genre, I don't know how many there would be just in the Toronto area. There's got to be 50, 100 at least. That's people that are playing around and out that I know. Um, hip hop DJs, I'm not too sure, but there's still a lot. It's healthy and well, I mean it was healthy and rocking up until obviously we're not going to clubs now, but
I know. Big up to all hip hop DJs. Oh man, so now you know you already switched over. Tell us a little about your producing now. I
okay,
wanted to
yeah,
get into that because that's actually your studio right now, right?
yeah, exactly. So all roads started from DJing, but as I said before, with drum and bass, a lot of it is you produce your own music and then you play your own music. A lot of it's about moving ahead and not being so producing. So I got probably in today's terms a really crappy computer, which was thousands of dollars. And I got whatever software I could find, and I started with my first song. So yeah, that was probably 2001, I think. So yeah, fast forward to like along through the years, I've made hundreds of songs, and yeah, I play them regularly in my DJ sets, and that has led now to starting a mastering business. So
Oh,
I'm working on that, trying to get that going.
so
But
all the
yeah, I'm very
DJs,
proud of the work I do here, and all my clients have been very happy so far. So
all the DJs come to you, or
yeah, people come to have their songs mastered. Yeah,
oh,
just the same
sweet,
as hip hop or any. I
yeah.
do some hip hop guys as well, and I do some rock and roll. I even do podcasts. I do audio courses, all sorts of stuff.
Now, what's all involved with that?
Okay, well, there's two different things like music production. I'm making all the sounds. I'm putting all the drums together. Tweaking things the way I want them to be. Um, sometimes I'm remixing songs using samples that you're probably familiar with. A lot of reggae influence and a lot of hip hop influence, obviously. But yeah, lots of reggae.
Okay, wow, that is too sweet. So now, when when you got your equipment, well, you when we talked, you not too long ago got this place that you're in now,
Yeah, yeah.
correct?
So yeah, so this is a brand new studio. I decided to move out of Toronto again, and I was renting a space in Toronto for my studio. And we bought a place that's large enough that I can have my studio in my basement. So I'm working from home now, which is great. And yeah, I mean, as far as the equipment goes and all that kind of stuff, it's been the 20 years that I've been in it, that I've been building this. So it definitely didn't happen overnight. And yeah, I just add pieces here and pieces there whenever I can afford it. And yeah, I have all the tools I need now and doing good.
So now, tell us a horror story about one of your parties. Just one. There's probably many. Like
Yeah,
all of us got many.
I remember one time I was going to, most people probably aren't familiar with the area, but a place that's about an hour and a half out of Toronto as well. So I was about, at the time, I was about 2 hours away. So these guys come pick me up. I'm supposed to play at 1 a.m. So they come and get me at about maybe 10. The guy pulls up, and I was questioning whether the car was stolen. It was like the whole dash was taken apart. There was no gas gauge, no nothing. So I asked the guy, I'm like, are we gonna make it there? He's like, oh yeah, I think we have enough gas. I don't really know. When you know we run out of gas.
Of course.
So
why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know, right?
on the way to the party.
Oh yeah, exactly. So lo and behold, he hitchhikes, gets the gas, brings the gas back. We get there at 6 a.m. I'm like, there's no way this party's still going on. Sure enough, I played a set at 6:30.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the morning?
Yeah. I was like, you bury people? You guys know how to party.
Hey, Robin, how you doing? she always watches my shows. Thank you
Hi,
so
Robin.
much. So to reset for everybody who is coming on that's new, this is Harry the Big Dog, and this is the DJ interview. And to my left, maybe you're right, we got DJ Erbalist representing Canada. So, and we're just having a discussion about his growings up with the DJing and now producing and just living, seeing how different things are in Canada. Now, have you traveled out the country, your country, with
I cut out there.
You hear me? You hear me?
No, I'm cutting out.
Yeah.
Try again.
Well, have you traveled out of your country DJing?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Where have you been?
New York, Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse. I played once. I haven't played in those places in a while, but yeah, I've done that. It was a great experience for sure. What's that?
You say New York, you talking about upstate New York, or you actually talking about the city?
I played in New York, yeah.
Oh, nice. Because sometimes we don't think of upstate New York, the Buffalo area. That's upstate.
States has been in the state of New York, other than Philadelphia.
Other than, yeah. Other than
Philly was an interesting one as well.
Oh man, I just want to really, thank you for your time and coming on to explain to us. Tell the story about your internet. Everybody's got to hear this.
So to get in a satellite dish that was put up a giant I don't know, a big tower. So it beams to the tower, but when it rains, because it's a beam, those droplets don't like my internet. So that's probably what's going on right now. It's starting to rain earlier.
Yeah, we was up in the air whether this was going to happen.
Yeah,
it started raining.
We have amazing internet, but it's just when it rains, it's not good.
Oh man. So now you're producing, you're doing all of this stuff. Where where are you looking to go? Wait, one before you answer that question, where you looking to go, has the pandemic virus has that hindered your production work?
Oh, 100% it has. Yeah, I've been working with a few different people and actually working on a project called Element 6, which is in it it's 6 producers and artists that have
Right.
all come together to make music together. So, and Element 6 cuz we're 416 the 6. It's a thing. So we're Element 6. And that kind of all just went on hold and it's been on hold for almost a year. So,
Wow.
we're waiting for that to clear up to get everyone back together again and get back on the vibe. But other than that, yeah, I'm starting a record label pretty soon called Element 6 with a friend of mine, DJ Slide. And yeah, we hope to move forward, put out some music, and just try and do some shows and stuff like that. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, we're
Hopefully
just
the
starting to ramp up, and then
right.
boom, pandemic.
Mm.
I feel like
Oh,
I might have played one of the last shows in Canada. It was like the day before the lockdown.
oh man, and I know y'all was locked down like New York was. It was still I live in Virginia. It was still a little laxed here because there wasn't a big outbreak. But in New
Yeah,
York City there was and they eventually got locked down.
yeah, we're actually on lockdown right now.
Are you?
Still, yeah, vaccines haven't come here or anything yet, so they're
Wow.
trickling in. But I think people over 70 are done right now, and that's about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's no traffic into Canada from the New York side or vice
I
versa?
think there is, but there's a whole bunch of stipulations. You have to have paperwork and stuff saying you.
Mm. Now Chris is asking a question and I was just about to bring this up about streaming. I know you do shows on Facebook with your drum and bass, but how are you actually doing virtual events?
I haven't really got into that yet. It's I basically do a show on Facebook, as you said, but it's with a group called Yeah You Radio. So
Hmm.
they just get a bunch of DJs together and create a platform. That might probably gets to more people than I would myself. So
Right.
yeah, so I do it that way. But yeah, I haven't done any full on events yet. I'd like to, but
Playing the same type of music, the drum and bass?
yeah, that's all I really DJ now. I used to do
Okay.
house music and stuff like that, but
It's too slow. House music is too slow for you.
yeah, I don't know. I go in and out with house music. I get bored of it after a minute, and then I go back to drum and bass, and then back to house for a bit, and back to drum and bass.
When I was first listening to that drum and bass, I'm just like with my mouth open, blinking my eyes. I was like, wow, that's pretty fast. And then I seen you. I listened for a while. I listened to two of your shows, the last two when we first talked,
Yeah.
and I think you were doing them on Wednesday.
Oh, it's Fridays. Fridays. Yeah.
Yeah, and DJ Tommy Lee, he's asking if you get cut off on Facebook playing your own music. Now, this isn't licensed stuff.
Playing my own music. No, I haven't got caught playing my own music. Playing other people's music depends on the record label. Some stuff I'm like, oh, I'm getting cut for this for sure. Doesn't happen. And then one little tiny sample, like a Fuji sample or something like that, will be in there, and boom, gone. It'll be 2 words,
You're
but
blocked.
yeah.
Chris Gloss is asking, you
Close to the
know,
same too. It's
songs that get the party jumping, and with that music, it's pretty much every song.
yeah. As we've been discussing with our future label stuff, we've made a decision. Definitely no copyright. We're not putting our stuff in that algorithm. We want people
Right.
to play it. I don't understand it. There's a lot of drum and bass people. they sell their music to people to DJ, but then they kick you off for using it, which is what's the point, right?
Yeah, I don't get it. I think
Yeah.
that algorithm is just if it hears music, it'll eventually cut you off.
Yeah.
Tommy's saying, yeah, he's shaking his head with that Facebook getting you cut off with
Oh yeah.
music they've never heard. You could have just made this yesterday.
Oh yeah. I've had it happen to stuff I've made before. Yeah, for sure. Most of that stuff probably deserved it because I used a sample I probably shouldn't have.
Oh, okay.
If I'm being honest.
Now it comes out. So DJ Tommy Lee is asking about the record pools and what type of music do you want to service if you are selling your music.
It would just be drum and bass, yeah, and I'd be serving DJs. I'm not even aware of anybody that I know that buys drum and bass. There's streamers and stuff like that. I don't think people buy it other than for the purpose to DJ.
Okay. Not just to listen to, yeah.
Some
Kinda.
people do, but I think that's probably more of the streaming thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and ramp up my presence on SoundCloud as well, and I think we'll be doing a lot of freebies on there.
Right.
Just giving away stuff.
You know, this thing is going to Mixcloud.
Oh yeah, I've put some mixes up on there as well.
Yeah. I like Mixcloud. It's not cheap. I mean, it's not bad. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
You know, at $15 a month. And you can DJ as long as you want without getting cut off or anything. And there's audiences there. You just gotta build it, like,
the difference is as well is that they say that I've never seen a check for it, but they say that they pay people money that for having their music played.
Really?
Yeah, so like there's an algorithm that picks out the music same way as they would cancel you, but they actually pay the artists.
Yes.
And that's why they're able to do what they do.
Yes.
No.
And
That's good.
That's why they charge.
No.
And I think it's a good thing. I think
it's great.
You know, a lot of the platforms should be able to do that.
Yeah.
Because it became big when this situation last year happened. It just became big and people were looking for a mental getaway.
Yeah.
And music was that. But then, you know,
I think that's just where there's a disconnect within Facebook and YouTube. Whereas, why not? If somebody's playing their stuff, why not pay them?
Yeah,
like it's that simple.
Exactly, because you're
happy,
in
right?
the producing business, so
Yeah.
you know y'all want to get paid for your music too, not just paid freely.
Yeah. If everyone could get a little piece when somebody streams their music, it'd be the same as getting a stream off of whatever platform, right?
Yeah, whatever platform.
Yeah, whatever you choose to use, Tidal, Spotify, whatever.
That would be too sweet.
Yeah.
So where are you looking to grow this producing business? You're gonna start the record label eventually when the planet opens back up.
Yeah. And a lot of that is just promotion to go DJ. It's not you don't really make money off of a record label and drum and bass unless you're big. So I'm okay with that, and I just go on tour and do a few shows.
It is really a niche.
Oh yeah, it's very underground music.
Yeah, and that's how a lot of the music used to be. Hip hop used to be like that. House music used to be like that. Garage music used to be like that.
Yeah.
Wow. So I want to thank you, DJ Erbalist, for coming on and enlightening us from another country.
I love being the first international guy.
Across the bridge.
You see the P coming up. Bridge.
I want to thank you for your time. If you have any questions for DJ Herbalist, put them in the chat now. And just thank you for taking the time. We're on the same time zone, so there's no time difference. And just coming and sharing with us, because when I interview DJs, I like to hear their stories. And you know your story is very different from somebody on the West Coast, somebody on the East Coast, somebody in the Midwest. I just love
Call
the
us the North
story.
Coast.
Yeah, yeah. I just love the stories. Now I got to go further. I got to get some DJs from Japan and
Do it. Do it.
and all the
Yeah, I'd
rest
love to
of the
see that.
countries. But I thank you much, bro. We will we will stay in contact. If you
Yeah,
just give me
absolutely.
a second, I'm gonna put you in the green room so
All
I
right.
could
Thanks a
close
lot,
this
Harry.
out. All right. Thanks everyone. So this is Harry the Big Dog, and we went international episode 65. 55. Ooh. Episode 65. We went international to Canada. So now we will do this again next week. Same time, same multiple channels.